Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today quote is the only thing standing between you and your outrageous success is your continuous progress. So just keep working in continuity, don't break a streak, just do great work, good work with consistency. Okay, so let's start with this. So far we have covered the collections, Java collection framework, which includes array list. The second is we have talked about the set, and the third is the map. Today we are talking about the comparator, why we use it, how do we define it, our custom comparator for our custom requirements or needs. So let's start it. Let me create the blank project, and I hope everyone till now able to familiar with the syntax. Then we add some few elements. Let's say 78. And trying to check everything is correct or not. Yeah, everything looks fine. Okay, so now I would like to do some operation over here. Let's say I want all the list in a sorted format. So there is a function called collections.sort. Basically just put your array list and then you get the sorted format. Yeah, here you see first is 35, then 47, then after 65, then 78. So basically you get your requirement which is in the sorted format. Cool. Now let's say my requirement is to sort basis on the last digit, 5 7 then 5 then 8. Okay, let me change this to 4. Yeah, everyone is different. Last digit, yes. So I want the 4 comes first, then 5, then 7, then 8. Based on the last digit I want to sort it. So for this purpose we use, we have to write our custom comparator. Okay, comparator, let's say comp, and then there is new comparator. Cool. Here you have to write your own custom comparator, and here you've seen that it is a class, so you have to define it. And the second thing is to that you have to write this function in your own code or custom logic so that it can perform according to your needs. Cool. I have to just define the class because right now we are working with integers. According to your needs you can change it. Let's take two integers, let's say. Let's say how do we get the last digit using by modulo. So just do it. Just what I have done is right now why we consider the two objects. I think this, yeah. So basically just when we have compared to when we have to compare the full list, array list, set, map, whatever you think, initially you have to consider only two elements as a base case, that you have two numbers. Let's say you have two numbers 5 4 7 then 8. Now initially you consider only these two numbers, that I have to consider whether they are in the corrected format. If not, what we can do, we can just swap it. So the swap of these is 4 5, rest is as it is 7 8. This is our first iteration. Let me write it here. This is our first iteration. In second iteration we compared the 5 7 and it is in correct format, then we compared the 7 8, it is also in the correct format. So basically in first iteration our work is done, which is 4 7 5 7 8. That we have to cover only the two elements considering and then write our comparator, custom comparator. And if it is swapping then just return 1, and if it is not swapped then just return -1. And here we have written the logic in such a way that it is in ascending order. Okay, and then just our custom comparator here. Yeah, everything looks cool, and just try it. First compile then run. Yeah, here you see that first we get 4, then 5, then 7, then 8. So here we write our custom comparator for integers. Now let's say there is a lists of lists or something like another table. So you have to just use here also the data type or the class. Okay, let me give you an example so that it will give you better picture. Let's say I make a student class. Here there is age and the student has some name. Perfect. And let me just create a constructor. Which basically setting the value of this. Cool. And I also want to convert into two strings, so I'm just using some shortcuts of generate two string. Yeah, okay, just remove the override, we'll talk it later. Yeah, so this is our class. Now what we want is that I have to write just close the terminal. Yes, okay, so this is our custom comparator and this is our class student. Now what I want is that I want the age with student in the sorted order. Okay, so first create here student, let's say it's 21, the name is, let's say, Tony. Okay, I think I have to change the data type of, we are working with the class student, just this stuff. This is, let's say, 18, which is Pepper, and then some 23 whose age is, let's say, name is Bruce, then age is, let's say, 30. This is our Captain Steve, right? So we've just, and I'm just commenting this, and I would like to print, check whether it is corrected, created or not. First clear, then run. Yeah, but I think it is some tedious output. Just make it in the correct format, guys. So the string, we say the student, traverse v student. Now then, yeah, here we in the correct structured format. Okay, so now from now onwards, our mission is to sorting the students based on their ages. So the small age come first, then the later. Okay, so based on that we have to write our custom comparator. So, just change your data type because you're working with student class. So just mention whatever you're working with, just mention the class name here and here also. So that comparator know which one have to work. And this is now object, so the age should be greater than. This is the logic for in ascending order ages. And then we just uncomment our comparator, and I think that's look perfectly fine. You just create a class and then just constructor. It's simple, no anything rocket science, just simple things. And then we write our custom comparator of the student class, and just then we just sort it based on the ages, and then we have to find the output. Okay, yeah, here you seeing that you got your ages based on your smaller to bigger. Yeah, I think that's perfectly fine. What? Okay, and let me just just go into the comparator, and I would like to teach you one more thing, so it's bonus for all. Our work is to done with the comparator, but as I have mentioned that for say extending the functional interface, then you can also write your this function as a lambda expression. So now I would like to convert into the lambda expression, and the simple logic for lambda expression is just remove this stuff and make it just this. Yeah, now your code is bit clean and something crisp, and it is lambda expression I mentioned here. Basically this is the format of converting the any absolute or anonymous class into the lambda expression way, so that your code looks cleaner, as you have seen. Just rather than new then operator names, just forget about this, just mention the core logic here. And let me check it first that it is correctly working or not, as you have to do a little more debugging to check or to work it correctly. Oh, you are lucky, we have not done any other further debugging for this lambda expression. It is correctly and working fine, so just yep, correct. So that's for today, guys. Thank you, and if you like it, just like and comment understood if you understand the video, and please subscribe it. Bye, guys.